Right folks, good evening. The time is, what time are we at now? Oh, it's 8 o'clock on the nose. And I'd love to say I'm in a remote, quiet car park in the Scottish Highlands. But I'm in a car park in the Scottish Highlands. And it's quite quiet, but I'm quite close to one of the main roads. And you'll know exactly where I am once I get going in the morning. And the plan for this video, or this adventure, is something I've not done in a wee while, and that's to get to the top of a mountain for sunrise. Seems like a long time since I've done that, but this is the last day, or second last day of my holidays. It's Thursday today, back to work next week, and the forecast for Friday, tomorrow, is looking great. So initially I thought, right, I'm going to go wild camping, but the dog was needing taking to the groomers, and we'd been waiting ages for that appointment. So it would have been cruel for me to let the dog get long haired and shaggy just so I could get up and enjoy a wild camp. So that was kiboshed. And then I thought I'd just get up early tomorrow, and I've got a couple of Corbetts I've not done down in Galloway, and I thought I'll go and do those, but yeah, I don't know, I just didn't feel the love for that. And I also then found out I had to get home by lunchtime tomorrow. So it's going to be an early start anyway. I've got other duties I need to do tomorrow afternoon, so I need to get home for 1-2 o'clockish. So hence the early start tomorrow morning, which I'm actually looking forward to. I've set an alarm for about 5:30, and at this time of year, we're in October, the clocks haven't gone back yet, so sunrise isn't until nearly 7:45. So it should be, fingers crossed, that I get up early enough, get my caffeine down me, and get striding up this mountain. And I'm hoping to do 2 Munros tomorrow, but that's all I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to chill out now. I'm going to get the bed down and just chill and read a book, and I'll see you in a few hours in the cold, dark night. Well, it'll feel like night, but it'll be early morning. Right, I'm waffling now. Let's get this bed down. So it was an early start, and I didn't really need my alarm clock to wake me up because the stags had been bellowing across the glen all night, and certainly they were loud enough to wake me up more than once as I tried to get some sleep before what seemed like a super early start. Anyway, I was up now. I'd had a wee cup of coffee and a quick bite to eat, but I was keen to get going because, as I said, I had a time schedule to keep, and I also wanted to make sure I was on top of the mountain well before sunrise, maybe 15 to 20 minutes before the sun rose. But I knew I'd be pushing it, leaving it this time. But anyway, I soon got all my stuff sorted, closed up the van, and got set on my way into the darkness. Right, let me just take this off so I'm not blinding yet. Stick that down there. Right folks, the time is now, time is it, can I see, it's just past 6 o'clock. Oh man, but I've had my coffee so I feel tickety-boo. I woke up about 5, it's not as cold as I thought it would be. They were predicting the first major frost of the season overnight, and it was certainly cold in the van. I had the heater on. I don't know, I woke up about 3 o'clock and stuck the heater on for about half an hour to warm up, but it's quite nice. It's very starry. I don't know if you can see that. It's a nice starry sky. And all I can hear is all these stags bellowing again. It's that time of year. Don't know if you can make it out. Don't know if you'll make that out in the microphone or not. Anyway, So I've got about an hour and a half till sunrise, and I really want to be on the summit at least 15 minutes before. About 800 metres, 800 metres of ascent to do, so I'm going to be pushing it, especially if I'm doing bits to camera like this. But we'll see. As I said, it's a starry night, so it means the morning, hopefully it'll be clear. Not much cloud in the sky, so it probably depends on what cloud there is out west or out east, and whether I get a good sunrise or not. But I've not done this for ages, so I'm really quite looking forward to this. So yeah, I'm going to shut up now, get my bag all sorted. I've just stopped to have another bite to eat actually, and it's not long before I start the steep pool. I'll report back when I'm on the Bealach, which is about 500 metres vertically that way. Right, shut up mate, take me get going. Let's put that back on. There's a plough. It's maybe a bit grainy, I've got it right up. Yeah, so nice and starry. And there's Orion. I'm headed over here somewhere. I don't know if you can make that out. Up these mountains here. Lovely though. Look at that. Lovely starry sky. Fantastic. After doing a bit of stargazing, I really needed to get going, so I had to pack my bag up and start on the trail again in the darkness. I'd been spending far too much time faffing about with the camera, and I was really quite concerned that I wasn't going to make the top for sunrise, so I packed up my bag and got set about making some miles on the trek to see if I could get up to the summit before the sun rose. It was very atmospheric, and there's something special about walking under the stars, and you kind of walk into the day, I suppose. First of all, there's the starry skies and the twinkling stars, and then you start to see the outlines of the mountains as the light starts to grow. It really is a special thing to do at this time. After what seemed like an age, I finally made it to the Bealach. At this point I still had about 200 metres of ascent to go, but yeah, I was glad to get to this point. So I stopped just for a minute here to get the head torch off and assess what was going on and if I was going to make it to the summit in time for the sunrise. Oh, right guys, I'll turn this off because I can take this off now. Oh, I tell you what. Oh, it's a steep pool. This is just going to be a short piece to camera because time's cracking on. I've only got half an hour till the sunrise. As I'm at the Bealach now, it's actually quite icy. It is icy up here, and I think the higher tops have got the first coating of snow that I've seen this season. I'm not quite sure. It's just that it looks kind of grey white on the tops over there. I'm kind of walking into the day. It's still kind of that time between night time, I suppose dawn. Night time and dawn, shall we say, just before sunrise. But it's looking good. There's a few clouds kicking about, not high clouds, but yeah, I need to shut up. I'm just going to get my head torch in the bag, and then I need to get cracked up. This is the hill behind me. I need to get up in the next half an hour. It's going to be touch and go as to whether I make it for sunrise. So enough talking, let's get walking. Right, handheld. So I can't stop because I need to get up here for sunrise. Oh, you see behind me there, there's a Bealach that I came down, and I don't know if you can make it out over there. That's the high peak of the range. I'm in Glencoe. That's Bidgeon over there, and there's a wee coating of snow. In fact, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but it's actually some snow. I've got about 10-15 minutes before the sun comes up over behind me there. I really want to try and get to the summit before it comes up, so right, it's getting a bit steeper here, so I'm going to put this away and I'll report back at the top, which is way up there. Let's go. Well, up I went, and things weren't made any easier by the sprinkling of snow and the verglass on the rocks. I couldn't really speed my progress up any to get up to the top in time for the sun coming up, because I might have slipped and broken an ankle. It was pretty treacherous underfoot at this point, but anyway, I soon made it to the top of the first summit, and I was certainly glad to get there. Ooh, made it. Yes, this is the summit. I've got about 10 minutes till sunrise, but I'm actually going to head on further down just to the next point down because it's a better view down Glencoe, so see you back there. Ooh. Looking good. Don't know if there's going to be much of a sunrise because there's quite a bit of cloud kicking about, so it might stop the sun coming up. So I'm just going to get my jacket on here and I think I might head back up to the summit. Just think the views over there, if the sun hits the hills of the Bijan Namibia, it might be nicer. So get my jacket on here and then head back up there. Oh, cozy cozy. Right, let's head back. Up to the top. Having decided that the views would be better at the top, I headed back up, a bit wrapped up because it was cold. You can't really see it or hear it, but there was a bit of a breeze blowing on the top of this hill, and that's what was making it super cold. So yeah, I went back up to the top to wait on the sun coming up. I had made it up before the sunrise and I was super happy about it. Oh, hey, well, it's not warm. Let me just take this down a wee bit. It's actually, all the rocks are covered in verglass up here and there is a coating of snow, but the sun's nearly up. It's just going to rise to the other side of, this is Buccleuch Moor, or Stob Gerarg of Buccleuch Moor. So it looks lovely. The sky isn't going to go any spectacular colours. It's actually been nicer over to the west with the band of Venus. Lovely purple band over there. But yeah, I'm going to sit here and watch the sun come up. It's going to be glorious. And then once I've done that, I can see it peeking over the horizon now, so I'm going to set up a time lapse. Right, I'll report back later. What a beautiful, beautiful morning. The sun's now up. It's not made it any warmer though. It's still bloody freezing. And I'm going to head over here next. This mountain here is called Stob Doon. The views from the top of that down Glen Etive are just fantastic. So I'm going to get packed up here. I've really enjoyed the sunrise. God, I do that often, don't I? Sunrise here from the top of this Glencoe mountain. It's a rather fabulous start to the day. It looks like it's going to be nice. Having enjoyed the sunrise on the first mountain, I now set my sights on mountain number 2, which is along the ridge. So it was back down to the Bealach and back across all those icy, slippery rocks with the wee dusting of snow on them. I had to be careful coming down here. You don't want to slip. There's not many people on the mountain this early in the morning, but yeah, this is a fine hike, and the shape of this mountain and the ridge that goes along to the second peak is fabulous. It really is photogenic. Anyway, down I went and the sun was now up and it was hitting the hills behind me. What a fabulous morning it was. Second breakfast time. Just going to stop here. I'm back down at the Bealach. But what a morning. It's absolutely stunning. And what time is it now? Coming up for 9. I'm going to de-layer here because I'm roasting again. I'll no doubt have to put this back on at the top. But yeah, I'm going to take this off, have a bite to eat, and then head up Munro number 2. But right now, I'm starving. It's been a few hours since breakfast time. Shall we call this brunch? Let's just have this and we'll get going. So refuelled at the Bealach, it was now time to tackle the steep slope immediately ahead of me. And I set off knowing that at the top of this first pool, the view opens up to the rest of the peaks. It's really worth it, but I tell you what, I was blowing going up here. It was tough going, and indeed it was a long way to the top, or it certainly felt like it. Look at this. Wow, look at that view. Isn't that just fabulous? That's the second mountain I'm going up. It's Stob Dhu. It's a wee bit higher than the one I was up for sunrise, but it's just a lovely ridge leading up, and this wee dusting of snow is just making it even more special. Absolutely lovely. I couldn't have asked for a better day. It's a really crisp autumnal day, great clarity. So yeah, really enjoying myself, and it's because the sun's out and there's not much wind. It's below freezing, but I don't need my duvet jacket on like I did on the top of the other one. There was a bit of a breeze there. So we'll see what it's like in the top of here. If there's no breeze, happy days. But yeah, what a morning. What a place Glencoe is. So yeah, let's go and we'll report back once we get to the top of mountain number 2. Let's go. After a joyous ridge walk along this whitened peak, I was soon approaching the summit ridge of this mountain, Stob Dhu, and it really is a fine, fine mountain. It's a good looking mountain, but more importantly it's got some fantastic views from the summit. And there's 2 cairns on the top, and I walked past both of them as I wanted to head a wee bit further west, as I really enjoy the views out west towards Glen Etive and the western seaboard. So I headed down and tried to find a spot to sit down and enjoy the rest of the morning. Well, I've just dropped over the summit. There's 2 cairns at the summit, and I think the furthest west is the true top. And I've just continued a wee bit further because I just love this view behind me down Glen Etive over towards Ben Starav. It's just absolutely beautiful. And as I thought, there's no wind up here, so although it's still freezing in terms of temperature, it's actually quite warm in the sun when you're moving. So I've not needed to put my duffel jacket on. I'm not as cold as I was on the top of the first mountain. Anyway, what a day it's been, and there's something special about doing what I've done today when you start off and it's it's night time and you're walking under the stars, especially at this time of year, because there's the sound of the stags roaring in the darkness, and just these, if you've got your head torch on, just these piercing eyes that catch the light looking at you like demons in the dark when there's all these strange noises going on. But it's just lovely. You walk in and the stars are, the sky this morning was full of stars, and you walk into the day basically, and the light starts to show, and the first thing that you see is the silhouettes of the mountains you're going up, and then you get that band of light appearing on the eastern horizon, and it just goes from there and into dawn and the band of Venus out west, and then the sun coming up. It really is special doing that. So I'm disappointed I didn't get a wild camp, but as I said, I need to watch my time, so I need to get home for my other family duties. The dog has been groomed yesterday and I've got my other duties to do this afternoon, but it's not even 10 o'clock yet and it's just glorious. So I'm going to sit here and enjoy this for maybe 10-15 minutes before zooting back over, but what a place. Absolutely beautiful. Time stands still for no man, and after enjoying the views here, I noticed the time and I had to get back home for my duties back in the house, so I eventually set off back down the ridge to head back towards the car. Right folks, that's me at the end of almost at the end of the ridge. It's just over there and the sun is still shining down. The snow's getting a wee bit of a shift, but yeah, what a day it's been. I'd almost say it doesn't get any better than this, but I'd be lying because I was here a few years ago in exactly the same conditions, except there was more snow on the ground. It was a midwinter's day and it was just fantastic. I'll maybe put some footage up of that now. So that's the only thing that would beat it, is there was more snow. But yeah, lovely, I'm quite warm now. It's not going to take me too long to get back down. It's a nice path all the way back to the car, so it seems like a good place to end the video. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for watching as always. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you on the next adventure. Right, back to the car.